Broncos country, what is up? It is the Kodiak Broncos Podcast, and today I'm here to talk about why the Broncos should or should not trade for Travis Etienne. But before we get into it, I just want to say a couple things. First of all, I'm going to move a little closer to my mic, and I just want to say leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're not already. You always wait till the end. Hopefully I'll have earned it. And yeah, we have no time to waste because this has been kind of floating throughout secondary Broncos media pieces today, and I just want to give you my insight on this thing. So this article came out from the Draft Network that says that listed 3 teams that could be good trade options for Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne is potentially available for trade, and apparently the new regime just does not like him at all. Like there's been multiple sources that say that the league is not very high on him, or the new regime in Jacksonville with Liam Cohen and Gladstone are not very high on him, and obviously they drafted Bashal Tootin in the 4th round pick and within the 4th, but that's not really crazy capital for a running back. But regardless, talked to multiple people in the league who believe the regime is not so high on Travis Etienne, and Tank Bigsby has a fumbling issue. So with that being said, here are some backfields that might make sense for Travis Etienne. So the Vikings were mentioned, the Ravens were mentioned as well, because they don't really have a pass catching back behind Henry. I mean, Justice Hill did fine last year, but they can still upgrade there as well. But the Broncos, I could actually see Etienne making sense for what we have, and here's why. So first of all, with what we have right now, you think about what we're going to have going into the room next year. The only 2 roles we really have set in stone are the, satellite back, which, I mean, I think Harvey's going to replace Jaleel more than anything else. We obviously have our 2 down between the tackles, Bruiser, but we really don't have like that chain moving 3rd down receiving back. Like Harvey could play that role, but I'm not going to project that early on, especially because a lot of the scouts I really trust, say that he struggled in pass protection, and he only had 20 receptions last year. That's not to say that he was maybe misused at UCF a little bit, but that it just requires some context there that maybe he's not entirely ready for that role, even though I think that he's going to catch a lot of balls this upcoming year. But, obviously it talks about how we invested a top 60 selection in Harvey. Audric Estime changing pace back as the short yardage option. And then, so Harvey, Estime, and Etienne would form a stellar 3-man rotation. Hey, I don't disagree. Now, the question with this is, what is his trade value? So what is Travis Etienne's trade value? So he is due a guaranteed contract of $6.143 million on the 5th-year option. And, he is on his 5th-year option this year, but Chad Forbes from NFL Draft Bites says, I don't see the Jaguars landing anything more than a 5th-round pick. And yeah, I concur with this. He didn't really have that good of a year last year either. And, it's hard to discern teams that will be interested. And yeah, that's ultimately how I'm feeling as well. And, with Etienne, I just think that all the injuries have kind of caught up to him. Obviously, he got a really, really rough start in the NFL. He tore, no, not his Achilles, his Liz Frank ligament, ironically against Sean Payton's Saints. But I don't know. There's just been a lot that he's gone through. I swear he's gone through more stuff than this. But last year in particular was really tough because he, really struggled to get going, and the coaching staff almost last year seemed to prefer Tank Bigsby as well. But looking at the efficiency from Travis Etienne last year, it just was not good. It was not what we have come to expect from Etienne in 2022 and 2023. He kind of looked like he was on the up and up after 2023, and then after that, it's not been really all that good. Like last year, I think went about as poorly as it possibly could have for Travis Etienne. You look at the efficiency metrics; they're kind of brutal. True yards per carry, 3.6. Now, you can say whatever you want about the Jaguars' offensive line not being very good, and hey, I'm not going to disagree with that. But you look at all this, like the yards per carry, yards per touch, forced missed tackles, and Tank Bigsby is basically better than at pretty much everything that Travis Etienne is. Now, Tank Bigsby does have a fumbling problem, but if you're going to just compare these two, it's not even a question as to who the better back was last year. They have about the same amount of yards created per touch, but I actually think it's pretty equal, 3.58 to 3.59 for Bigsby. But basically everything else, Bigsby completely washes Etienne out of the water as far as how things went last year. So, the question is obviously the compensation. The question is, what are you willing to kick the tires? Are you willing to take on this $6.143 million cap hit? And I'm going to go with no. Like, it is not that substantial to add a talent like Travis Etienne to our team. I'm not if he was on the up and up, then I would like the idea behind it. I would like the idea of getting a proven third down back, a guy who can hit the hole and, be explosive and catch out of the backfield and whatever. But considering the fact that he's a declining player, I'm not really about it. And, you look at the cap number for him. So Jacksonville, if they were to release him, they would be on the hook for pretty much all of his dead cap. But if they were to trade him, they would owe no dead money. So that basically implies that everybody thinks he is going to get traded rather than outright released, because it saves them a bunch of money. So yeah, I don't know. There's not really. I know I just tried to hit the manage contract button, but there's not really a lot of flexibility here either, considering it is a fifth-year option, and those are about as sticky as they come when it comes to NFL contracts. This is just a reminder that this is from a Clemson blog saying that the Jaguars' new coaching staff is reportedly not so high on Travis Etienne. And, the NFL is a what have you done for me lately business. And unfortunately, Travis Etienne just has not done a whole lot to warrant, a team paying up for him draft capital-wise. And again, maybe you come back to this fifth-round pick and maybe the Broncos are like, all right, we can kick the tires. Maybe we do need to add here because, I've been saying this offseason that, it really concerned me that the Broncos did not add more than one running back in this room because we are one play away from, knock on wood, from having the same trash can room that we had last year. And no, before anyone says something about, well, would you have been saying that if they drafted Omarion Hampton or Judkins or Henderson or whoever? I was like, yes, because I've been saying all offseason that they need to add 2 running backs, but I just don't think Etienne would provide us the best bang for our buck. I think we should go after Algier. I think we should go after, just a bunch of other running backs. I think I'd rather pick up J.K. Dobbins from free agency because it wouldn't cost us a draft pick. Algier may cost us more than Travis Etienne because I honestly think Algier probably has more trade value, but I think he would provide more to this team in general. But either way, that's just basically how I'm feeling. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Bye, salute.